Acne is very humbling. Yes, I am just sitting on a boat that is on a boat trailer. Hello, welcome back. Today, as you can probably tell from the title, is my acne journey video. I am excited to do this video because I do hope it helps a lot of people. I know these videos really helped me when I was struggling with acne. I've just been growing the balls because obviously it takes a lot of vulnerability. I'm gonna be showing you a lot of pictures. Videos with pictures are the best, so you can get a sense of where I was at and what the healing stages looked like, because I really liked seeing that when I was going through it. So I have some notes here that I wrote down, and I'm gonna kind of go at it with a question answer type of way. That's how I formatted my notes. Let's get into it. It's actually really hot today. I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as I can. Obviously there's kind of a lot of information I don't want to ramble on, so I'm gonna start with a little summary of my acne story and where it started and how it all went down, so that you guys can get a sense of where I'm coming from with it and what caused my acne. Maybe you guys can relate, so you can see if what I did to heal my acne will help you guys as well. So I struggled with acne for, I guess, about 8 years, since I was 14 and I'm now 22. I'm now at the point where I just get a few of those hormonal ones once a month. If you know, you know. But other than that, it's just the hyperpigmentation from my terrible breakouts that I'm dealing with now and getting rid of those. Those are doing well, they're almost gone. But at the beginning, when I was like 14, 15, 16, I assumed it was just my hormonal teenage acne. It might have been that, but honestly I can't be 100% sure because it never fully went away. Now when it started to get bad is when I went vegan. Not that I'm against going vegan at all. I think it's amazing. I went vegan for the animals because I hate the meat and the dairy industry. So I wanted to go vegan. I thought I would be able to do it without it hurting my health. I thought it would make my health better. And when I did go vegan the first time, I was vegan for about a month and my acne cleared up completely within the first week or two, and then all hell broke loose and I broke out like crazy. And this is when I was about 17, I guess 16 or 17. And this is the same thing that happened to me again just later in life when I was about 20, 21. Just to a lesser extreme. So after I completely broke out, I stopped being vegan, and that did make my skin eventually go back to its normal state of pimples here and there. Definitely not clear. So until I was 20, 21, I just kind of dealt with my acne fluctuating throughout those years. I tried a lot of skincare products that just didn't do anything. But when I turned 20, I was like, maybe when I tried going vegan when I was 17, that was just a purge. It was my skin purging out all the bad stuff. So maybe I just have to get through that and then my skin will fully clear up. I told myself I would do it right this time. I would be healthy and get all the nutrients that I need. Yeah, I did not. It's really hard to do properly. This time, I was vegan for 6 months. Same thing happened. My skin completely cleared up at the very beginning and then broke out like crazy. But like I said, I thought it was a purge, so I kept at it for another 2, 3, 4 months. My skin just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I was like, okay, this is not a purge. So yeah, I decided to stop being vegan because I've always believed that health starts from within, and obviously this was not healthy for me. I was starving myself of nutrients and honestly just starving myself in general. I lost a lot of weight and it was making my relationship with food really crappy. So yeah, that's that. I stopped being vegan. Now because my body was so used to it, I was vegan for 6 months and then just went straight back to eating everything. My skin got horrible, even worse. So I decided to cut out red meat. I still don't eat red meat, and cut out dairy, because I know that dairy is a trigger for acne for a lot of people, and it was for me. I stay so far away from dairy now. I will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. I eat one bite of ice cream and I break out. So I don't eat dairy, I don't eat red meat. I don't eat gluten, but I don't really know if that's doing much for me, good or bad. It's just kind of neutral, but everything else I eat. So being vegan for so long completely threw my body out of whack. and my skin was just insane, and I did not want to go on medication. I think medication's amazing. It works great for so many people, but I just didn't want to go on medication. I wanted to fix the root problem. So I had a lot of frustrating conversations with doctors and dermatologists that just wanted to throw creams and pills at me. Didn't want to do any blood work other than checking my iron levels, which I already knew were low. My iron levels have been low since years. Whatever. I have low iron. I decided to go to a naturopath, and oh my god, if this was not the best decision I could have ever made. I made a phone consultation with a naturopath I found near me that had a lot of good reviews, and right away I had a good feeling about it because she, from the phone consultation, was asking me questions about my diet, my history with acne, where it was on my face. Yeah, she was great. I love her. So after the 15-minute phone consultation, we made a in-person appointment that was booked for 90 minutes. An hour and a half. Like, that's how much time she needed to get to know me and really understand what was going on in my body, which is just amazing. Like, most doctors give you what, like 10-20 minutes maybe, write you a quick prescription and off you go. Like, it was just so amazing to feel like someone was actually wanting to help me and cared about fixing the root cause and not just giving me some medication. First, I told her I thought it might have been hormonal acne because a lot of it was on the chin area, which I know is common with hormonal acne, and that's what doctors had told me. But lo and behold, as you can tell from the title of this video, it wasn't. She actually said to me that we want to get to a point where you're healthy and you've dealt with the root cause so that you don't need to see me at all anymore, which is amazing, unlike the healthcare system, which I won't get into, in the pharmaceutical industry, which just wants you to keep coming back. For the most part, I'm not saying it's 100% like that, but you know what I mean. That's why I love naturopathic doctors so much now, and that's my story. So how did I actually fix the problem and get to this point? So after hearing all about my diet and After hearing all about my habits and my diet history, the naturopath decided to give me a requisition to do some blood work and check what kind of stuff was all wonky and off in my body. I have the papers. These were the exact things that she checked for and that were off, because I want to be very specific for you guys. First of all, she told me to up my protein intake right from the start. She said to know how much protein would be good to take for your body type. Take your weight in kilograms and times it by 1.5 to get the grams of protein per day that you should be eating. So there's a tip. Causes of acne that she first listed off would be insulin, inflammation, cortisol, liver function, lymph function, hormones, gut health, and food sensitivities. She noticed that my lymph nodes were swollen, and that was slowing down the lymphatic drainage in my face, which could cause acne to last longer. She said it wasn't causing the acne, but possibly causing it to last longer. She told me to drink a lymphatic tea, which included dandelion leaf, nettle, red clover. Is that supposed to be clover? There's a bee in it. Clovers, burdock, and peppermint. So I had to drink that once a day. I think that did help, honestly. Okay, so that was the first appointment, and then we were gonna follow up in 2 weeks after I did the blood work. So the blood work, she did check my hormone levels and those were all normal, which concluded that it was non-hormonal acne. The two main things causing my acne was cortisol. My stress hormone was too high, so I'll tell you how I fixed that. And my insulin levels were way too high. They started off in the morning up here when they're supposed to start here. And then every time you eat a meal, it raises up and slowly goes back down. And when you eat again, it raises a little more and goes back down, and so on until you go to bed and it resets. Mine was starting up here when I woke up, and then I would eat and it would go up and go a little bit down, but not really, and then go up and up and up, and it was crazy by the end of the day. Basically, my insulin levels is the main cause of my acne. I had to go do the blood work on an empty stomach. I was there for like 3 hours, and every 30 minutes they took blood and they gave me this sugar glucose drink between the blood work to see how my insulin levels were reacting, and that's how they concluded that. Those were my two main concerns. So how did I fix this? For the cortisol, which again is the stress hormone, I did meditation. I don't know if you're into that, but I've been into that. Yeah, I did a lot of meditation. If you're not into that, don't worry, there's other things. She gave me a tea that helped with stress, which included lemon balm, ashwagandha, skullcap, chamomile, and lavender. So that was my stress tea. I also continued the lymphatic tea that I mentioned earlier. She also told me it was important to get certain vitamins, including zinc. And if you don't want to take supplements, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds gets you enough zinc per day. Omega-3s, 1 tablespoon of raw olive oil, so you can have it on a salad or whatever. Not cooked, raw olive oil, 1 tablespoon. And that will give you enough omega-3s for the day. I was taking vitamin A at the time because I heard that it helps acne, but she said that was just unnecessary. And vitamin D was very important, which I still take. So now what I do is I don't eat the pumpkin seeds. I take a zinc supplement and I take a magnesium supplement before bed. And in the morning, I take vitamin D and vitamin C. And those are all the supplements I take now. Now, to control the insulin levels, she told me to try to limit my carbs in the morning. Not throughout the day, you need carbs, but limit my carbs in the morning. So I have eggs with maybe some turkey bacon if I feel like it, and a smoothie with 1 small banana or half of a big banana. That's what she told me to do, and a banana is carbs. In my smoothie, I also put 1 tablespoon of cinnamon because she said that that is good for blood sugar control. And she said the carbs that I do eat throughout the day, so lunch and dinner, to ensure that they're complex carbs. Yeah, I had to look that up, and I still would have to right now, so you can just look up online what are complex carbs. She said this was important because it slows the glucose from hitting your bloodstream. I continued to cut out dairy because I came to a definite conclusion that eating dairy makes me break the heck out. I was also supposed to wait at least 3 hours between meals so that my insulin levels had a chance to decrease, but they wouldn't be spiking like crazy. She added that if I did eat carbs in the morning or ate meals less than 3 hours apart, and if I exercised right after or went for a 20-minute walk, like an actual walk, not a stroll, then that could help with the blood sugar and insulin spikes as well. That's what I did internally. Oh, one more thing. I also took inositol SAP by NFH. I put 1 scoop in water at night, and that lowered my fasting insulin. So that is what I did internally. So what I did personally is I kept my skincare routine fairly simple. I felt like putting too much on my face would just be overdoing it. The main thing that helped with the scarring was the ordinary niacinamide drops, which the naturopath actually recommended for me. And I know that it's too strong for a lot of people. I love it. Maybe just start slow with it. I only use it once a week. I never used it more than once a week. That's more than enough. I also have niacinamide in my moisturizer. So exactly what I used for my skincare routine was hyaluronic acid morning and night, an eye cream, vitamin C in the morning. That's recent, and I find that that really actually is helping with hyperpigmentation. Rosehip seed oil, I heard good things about, and so I wanted to try it. I think it's doing good things. I like it. I use a moisturizer day and night, lighter one in the morning, thicker one at night for extra hydration, and sunscreen, of course. What was one of my holy grails was a high frequency wand. It is so worth the hype. It cuts the lifespan of pimples in half. I highly recommend. I think it was around $100 on Amazon. Now, another thing that I did to heal it, I dealt with how I mentally was thinking about it. Your mind is so powerful. So I told myself every single day that it was getting better. It was getting a little bit better every single day. And I really pushed myself into believing that. Yes, I manifested it. Whether you believe in it or not, the results don't lie. It really helped me stay positive about it so that I wouldn't be putting my life on pause for a temporary situation. Now, when it came to makeup, I found that makeup did not really affect my acne unless I slept in it, of course, or something. If anything, I felt like after a day of wearing makeup, it looked better. I know that's so random, but maybe someone will relate to that. And that was another reason that I knew it wasn't something external causing my breakouts. I knew that it was internal, and I had to fix that internal problem, which I did. The clearing process takes a lot of patience and positivity, but my advice is to just keep living your best life, just go about your day, do your thing, and before you know it, it's just a memory. If you have a lot of comedones like I did, these little tiny bumps under the skin, all of those are just really, really early pimples that had to purge out. Like, they did have to come out before it got better, which was annoying. It really lengthened the process. The time did pass. The purging acne doesn't last longer than 3 days, while the actual acne pimple lasted like 1 to 3 weeks, especially the cystic ones. Ugh, I felt like those lasted for months. Oh my god, I hated those. So hopefully that can help you gauge whether you are actually purging or going through another breakout. Do not pop them or pick at them. I know it is so hard. Of course I did it. I was guilty of it, but I tried so hard not to. Like, I did not do it that often. It 100% of the time makes the hyperpigmentation and scarring last so much longer and so much worse. I know it's so hard, but just don't do it. You'll thank yourself when it goes away in half the time. Keep in mind, obviously, this is very personal to everybody's individual stories and individual bodies, but maybe somebody can relate somewhat to my story and my position that I was in and get closer to healing themselves. I know a lot of people can't afford specific types of healthcare, or it's hard to get an appointment, or whatever the case may be. That's why I am making this video, to let others know that they're not alone. Acne doesn't make you any less beautiful. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you will cure it. So my last thing I want to touch on is, how did I remain confident with acne? How did I stay confident? I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard. Acne is very humbling. Green color corrector under my concealer and foundation was my best friend. But no, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard. I cried a lot during that time, if I'm being honest, like almost every day. I didn't even want my close friends to see me without makeup, who wouldn't judge me in a million years. I know they wouldn't. Let alone this guy I was talking to, who, you know, if you like someone, you want to look your best. And of course, it's all I could think about. He was really nice about it when I brought it up. He never brought it up. So if you're nervous for someone that you like to see you with acne, honestly, that's a good test for them. They better be nice about it. If they're dicks about it, kick them to the curb. So I think it just really is one of those things that you don't realize how hard it is physically or mentally unless you experience it, because not only is it extremely painful, I couldn't even touch my face to my pillow sometimes. It makes you not even want to leave your house because makeup won't cover the texture of it, so there's really no way of hiding it, and you feel like it's all people see when they look at you because it's right on the first thing people look at, your face. But the thing is, it's not the only thing people see. Nobody sees it more than you see it. Even looking back at all of the pictures that I've been showing you, it seemed so much worse at the time that I had it than it does now looking at the pictures. You know, especially when all we see online is perfect airbrush skin, which I talk about in my social media is toxic video, if you want to go watch that after. But yeah, skin texture is not normalized enough at all, for sure. So acne really does bring on those feelings of embarrassment and anxiety and depression that is really hard to get over because, you know, you see it every single day in the mirror. So if you are experiencing that right now, which I assume you might be because you're watching this video, you should know that you're not at all alone in dealing with it. And I don't want you to feel alone. Like 9.4% of the global population deals with acne, which is about 720 million people. I literally just Googled that. But yes, people of all ages, whether they are 15 or 50, many people struggle with acne every day. It is normal. It isn't a permanent thing, and even if it does seem to last for years and years and years, or cause permanent scarring, you are still beautiful. It is not the end-all be-all of your existence. My friends and others still saw me for our shared humor and good times, not for my acne. It did not matter to them. It did not matter to my family. It did not matter to strangers because they're worrying about what people are thinking about their own insecurities, just like everybody is. Don't let acne or any other insecurity hold you back, because people are gonna see you for the person you are and how your presence made them feel at the end of the day, not for the red spots that were on your face or your body. So good luck on your acne journey. I'm sending you lots of healing energy. Like this video if it was helpful, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Thanks for watching to the end. Bye!